Guru.
Definitely got to start watching my language around the little one. Made her cereal like earlier this morning. She said, "Damn, this is good."
Sounds about right.
Should be live everywhere.
Oh, jeez. That got real fucking sensitive. Not everywhere. We're still 2 minutes.
Be live everywhere.
Hi, everywhere else.
We've got audio. That's good.
Got 225.
Should be live everywhere. Got audio on YouTube's. Alright. Now I need to get this bear over here.
So no cam on you?
Oh. Let me figure out how to make this fucking pop up again. God damn it.
140.
I don't know how to get this out of this goddamn view. It's doing that stupid thing where it's hidden again, and it's really pissing me off.
Hidden HUD or hidden what?
Yeah, hidden HUD.
Oh, yeah, hidden HUD down there, yeah.
And so I can't activate my goddamn camera in the call because that's hidden. Uh,
1 minute flat. Welcome back.
There, problem solved.
Look at you and your Reddit of all Reddits. Happy with the win yesterday, I take it?
Sure.
Is that why you're all dressed in cherry today?
It's also my clean clothes. It's what I grabbed out of the laundry basket, man.
All right, 30 seconds.
Yeah, what's that freaking beer? That's just what he decided to name his freaking boat, man.
A Mazda Miata.
Wait,
does it?
Because it's the poor man's sports car.
What boat just got made now?
It's the replacement sloop for Sloop Doggy Dog.
5 seconds.
Lance made.
Oh, yeah. All right, and here we are again on another wonderful Wednesday night, celebrating the new year 2019. We are the Angry Dandelion. I am Thumping Loud, of course, as usual, here with Thrown Together and Super Comic Guru. We're gonna bring it to you tonight. We're gonna do it all 2019 style.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, that's what 2019 is gonna be, man.
It's gonna be all about dirt.
Yeah. Dirt and salt water.
I wonder what I gotta feed the baby bear.
Because it's actually really important, considering my job in Atlas and what we're doing right now. And me and Stone have virtually every hour we've had to it, have been highly invested into it since it first came out. So,
I'll give him a tour.
Are you making out with the bear just then? Is that what I just saw on the stream? You were getting kind of close with him.
And it's Mama
yeah,
Bear.
it's been a ton of fun. We've invested a lot of hours into the game, and that's a lot of hours into the game. We've been through some pretty fun stuff. We've been through some pretty bad stuff.
Yeah, I'm at like 118 hours or something now. Come on, Mama Bear, you can do it. Don't make me go put the saddle on you.
Yeah, it's mildly atrocious over here what has gone on in this game. As you can tell now, he's pulling bears in and out of. How many bears do we have now?
3.
There?
We
3.
got Yogi, Boo Boo, and Mama Bear.
And Mom.
And
Okay.
Mama Bear's about to see what Yogi's got to offer, if you know what I'm saying.
All right. Well, there we go.
So what's the time so far on taming these things?
Low level stuff, and I've got all the perks maxed out.
Oh, you need to bump
Mama Bear took me about 20 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. So it is a lot better than it was on Art.
It varies a lot depending on what your taming capabilities are and what the level of what you're attempting to tame is.
Yeah, but there wasn't anything really in Ark a whole lot that took that long.
They wave at you. They sit back up and wave.
They do like little circus bear type.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. A ton of fun though. I mean, we've sunk a ton of hours into this. As you can tell with the share the top of the pen and everything else since you're in there. He's dedicated a lot of time to getting these animals in here. We've got several cows in the back. We lost our very first cow that we got to giant snake.
Oh man,
milk is so good of a resource. It provides the same vitamins that fish do, and fish are a pain in the ass to catch.
No.
In enough quantity to hold on to. Also having preservation, like for food storage and stuff like that. It's all over the place, but I've been working really hard on all the cooking details, but now it's about going out into the world and finding the ingredients, because in your one square you're not going to find the ingredients. Not all of them.
Gotcha. Not for the good meals, essentially, that you need.
This is meant to be like, yes, you're in a 150-man server on all these different islands that are in your feeding ventures with some of these other places. Eventually, it's kind of the way we're seeing it right now, is how it eventually may stack out, is that people who have the valuable resources and tend to be able to take over certain areas will have economies, and the game will start to come into play. It's going to take a while. There's a rumor from a lot of people saying that we're going to get a server wipe. Me and Sona haven't read anything from the developers anywhere that say
I haven't even seen anything, because I've been reading about the game, and so far I haven't heard anything coming from developers about any wipe yet.
Yeah, that was kind of where we were. We're like, we're not hearing anything except from
Mama
the community.
Bear, don't leave, you bitch.
Mama Bear walked out the door. She didn't.
She's trying to. I'm just trying to get freaking Boo Boo back in the damn corner here, because he's blocking the love making. No, you bitch.
Well, I mean, it's Boo Boo. You figure Boo Boo would be doing something like that, but
she's at 39% mating. Get your bitch ass back up in there. No, you can't go this way. You can't go this way. I will block you.
Would you just put Boo Boo upstairs with?
Oh,
like,
man.
Okay, this is how the game actually stacks up. Vex is in another area. Well, was in another area. He started this other little base, and there was a lot of resources nearby. So we saw somebody trying to take it today, and I fast traveled up to the area, because you can fast travel on the bed. You just can't take nothing with you.
Bitch.
Right.
So somebody tried to take over the area. They put a flag down, and I spawned up there and stopped their flag, and nobody's contested it since I've been there. We fixed a door, so that stops people for 3 days. And I've been up there in a whole different server. I'm in B11 and they're in B12, and that's where we've been for the past, like, all day today. Like, he came up with me for just a little bit, and then he went back. I've stayed up there, and I've put I've topped off Vex's house. I've built the second floor. I'm starting on the walls and stuff on it to get the second floor up. I've been busy up there making things and turning it into something. He was really busy before I had even went up there. And as you can tell now, Sone's been busy pretty much most of the day, either with the animals or these walls around our place, trying to get
fortify it.
Yeah, because
we're not
it's
playing
more
on PvP. It's for damn animals. I'll take you up and give you
our zone for the longest time. We could lead him out, but he'd just come right back, and like right back to the same spot. So we didn't know what the hell that was about. But like I said, man, we've been through some stuff. Like, it's really been wild. Some of the stuff that we've been through, as far as like game glitch or just surviving the territory that we've decided to live in.
You're right. This is still the same island that you guys were working on the last show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have lots of ships now. There's Vexman's Revenge. That's our brig.
Yeah, we're getting over there. That right there, that's our brigantine right there. That thing, Guru, is amazing.
How many men do you have to use to cruise it around?
Oh no, you can do it with what, 5 of us?
Yeah, you can pretty much run it with 2 hired crew.
Yeah, 2 hired crew and 1 guy.
I'll take you on a tour of the brig. I built the inside and all the features of it, I suppose, if I can stop falling in the damn water.
Right.
I hate these freaking road dude.
Yeah,
I hit W, you piece of shit game. W. There
you got it pretty fully armed and operational?
This is one of our hired members. You'll see her in here in a second. She's called One-Legged Sue, but she's got 2 legs.
Yeah, when we got her, we were kind of disappointed. It was like, this is a lie. She is not qualified to be called One-Legged Sue. She has 2 legs. Already violation.
So all of the platforms you see on here, I put on here.
Okay.
Like this gun deck back here. I should just share screen with you guys. That's really what I should be doing. So you guys can see what I'm talking about in real time, because the stream sees what I'm talking about in real time. You guys see it on the damn delay.
Yeah.
And then I built this gun deck up here for the front of the ship. These are just medium cannons up here.
Okay.
This is a diving platform for recovering shipwrecks. We're headed downstairs. There's 10 gun ports on the downstairs deck. The second deck. The brig has 3 decks. So we're going to put 10 large cannons down here.
Yeah, that's the plan with all the bays. Remember, you can get on the wheel and open all of those at one time.
I'm just going on a tour, though. So I'm just walking around. Put the loom down here.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep the base of the ship, but everything that I've added interior-wise
has been...
And these are large sails on here. So they're no joke.
You catch a lot of wind and make sure that it gets a lot of speed. Nice.
Weight plays a huge factor. Everything you put on the ship adds weight to the ship and makes it go slower.
Okay.
In theory...
So you kind of want to be careful how much weight you actually put on.
That and every level that we've done for most of the boats that we've had, that's where our experience point goes for the boat.
Okay.
Is into weight.
Gotcha. That way it's a little lighter.
Well, no, it's just able to carry a little heavier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, its weight capabilities are able to be increased over time. Its durability, resilience. Like, we haven't built a fighting boat yet. One that is dedicated to holding cannons and resiliency against the hull and stuff like that. Like, there's different categories of like how it levels.
That's what this brigantine's going to be when it's done. Once we get the cannons on it, this is our ship of the damn destroyer.
Right. Okay. Because we've fought a couple of them already. And the one that we trapped, that was a cheese, or the one that got trapped, that was a cheese. The one that we ran into that was just a level 3. It hit so hard on our boat. It knocked out one of the windows, like now about how it needs to be ready to go out weight wise, and resource boxes, how they're used, and other different things like on all the boats.
I was reading a little bit about the resource box, which is pretty handy. That means you don't have to have any of the resources on you to repair the ship. All you have to do is make sure that you have enough materials that are inside that box to repair everything. Correct?
That and a repair hammer.
Yep. Okay.
All you gotta have is a repair hammer, and it'll use out of the repair box, resource box. We'll use right on out in the
nice.
Again, yay! Mama bear. Mama bear had a cup. Just see that screen's so dark. It's nighttime right now, isn't it? And raining. Yeah, that's a double damn. The area that we're in, you notice he's freezing cold.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a temperate zone, and when I was talking about like the show being dirt and salt water, like, that's really what it is, man. It's dirt and salt water. I can only grow in our area right now, but there's like very limited stuff that will grow in a lot of the area around us because we've got a lot of tundra leaves and tundra grass.
Yeah.
We're stone, sandy beach, this pebbly sandy beach that you see him walking on right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that, and the peppers grow fine there. You'll see the peppers were out in front of the house if he looks back over that direction, and they grow really good. I've got them growing really good. I've dedicated myself into like farming and food prep and stuff like that. Salt, which we found out like possibly one of the nearest areas to us to be able to get salt, may potentially be in F12, which is like 3 servers away from us, so it's going to be a long ride to get there.
Yeah.
Journeys like that, they take hours to like run. Even in our ships, the larger ships, like they still a run like that's probably going to take what you figure 2.5 hours to go over, grab some salt, and come back.
Easily, if not more.
Yeah, according to what we decide to do along the way and what we end up in, according to if the wind cooperates with us and stuff like that. I mean, you're at the mercy. This is man just got on the water.
Yeah.
We don't know how to power nothing. And we are at the, oh man, you first get your first raft and you are at the mercy of the wind so much more. Because you don't even have a rudder. You just have to control everything with that sail.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Whatever way that sail's turned is whatever way the boat's going to want to go, the raft's going to want to go. Well, if you're wanting to go against the wind, guess what? That's not going to work. You got to wiggle it back and forth and back and forth. Going into the wind part, catching it, it'll propel it forward just a little bit because you caught wind. Pull the boat. But it's a nightmare in a raft. And we're glad we were able to get past that and on to rudders, because then that just means keep the sails facing in the wind and you can turn the boat wherever you need to go and just rotate the sails kind of to match where you can maintain your highest speeds. Variant wind speed, something that people didn't really honestly think of the game. You've seen a lot of complaints about it on Reddit and stuff like that, where people are like, well, there's no variable speed, it's just this and that and just that. Now we've seen variable wind speeds. Like,
it's messed with us hardcore, especially trying to dodge freaking ships of the damned.
Yeah, especially when you're sitting there in a ship that you just took out to run around the island to get a couple levels on it so you can put some weight into it. To turn around and run into a ship of the dam and find out that you ain't got no wind and it's a level 18 yellow ship.
Oof.
And you're like, yeah, no.
Please don't hurt me.
Yeah, please. Please.
You guys still having issues with your neighbors?
That's been solved. They don't play anymore.
Oh man, what did you guys do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We just stayed.
Pigeons,
We stayed on. They stopped
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, the obese pigeons, we've outlived them. We've
Morning Wood
outlived
Company.
another group. Yeah. We outlived another group that tried to come in.
Bitch-ass fucking wolf.
And they come in with like these crews. Like they're big enough to be able to just kind of come in and hang out, really do whatever the hell they want. But then they just go.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
What are you being attacked by? Yay!
That's crazy. That like they're like F that noise essentially.
Like I'd run back towards the house
I
a little
was-
bit.
I was trying to, but couldn't.
You're down on the beach there now. That's not bad though. It's a level 15 wolf. House bed, like you see all of the area. Once he gets his stuff back, we should probably pull up an atlas map and show where our exploratory travels have taken us now, and still amazed at like how big this map is. You didn't get a lot of health from trying to eat your body. He didn't even attempt to eat your body.
So,
Dumb wolf.
oh, this is our captured territory here. And all the red you see around us is other companies. So it's a red.
Okay.
And then in scope, that you'll see as I zoom out here, that one square is one server.
And in that one server, they can hold their 150. So that's one square. And we haven't even explored the whole square. And then, like I said, we're in B12, F12, as he scrolls out here to show even more of the map. A couple blocks over is where we're hearing right now there's salt. And that's how communication in the game's going. We're allied with a couple different groups that are spread out.
Mm-hmm.
That trip to F12, that's like a 4-hour trip.
Yeah, that's probably going to be like a 4-hour trip.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Like you guys are gonna have to get a little prepared and then head out essentially on that one.
It's one of those where we're going to be like, all right, so F12.
Yeah.
Everybody get back here. Let's get suited up and ready to go.
Go to F12 and get ourselves some salt water.
We'll take... No, just salt.
Oh, just salt, yeah.
Supposedly you can dig for all kinds of stuff, but I haven't gotten back there and started digging yet. Like I said,
Have they added greenhouses yet into the
I've got farming plots.
Yeah, I saw that you guys had farming plots, but I wasn't sure if you guys if they
Haven't
implemented
haven't seen
green.
anything to the line of greenhouses yet. But
Okay. That'll probably be like a later on ordeal.
yeah, there's still a lot of discovery in this game for them to implement and for us to actually just find.
Mm-hmm.
Is this part of the trying to figure out what does what, whether an axe is better than a pickaxe?
Nope. Gathering materials to make fires so I can go back here and breed these bears.
Bear breeding. So as you can tell, he's gotten very involved in the upkeep of the animals in the area now. He is Beastmaster.
Yeah, he's making sure that they're making love.
Yeah, his Beast Mastery is pretty touted up now. I think you'd said earlier it was maxed up.
Yeah, I didn't take some of the perks because I don't really know what they do, and from what I read, they don't really work too well. But everything for taming and riding, because you have to tame a lion, you have to have tier 3 taming. To ride a lion, you have to have tier 3 riding.
Yes.
Oh man.
And they all cost points.
Yeah.
And now that they've restructured the point system,
yeah, it cost me 8 points to be able to breed tier 3s. It cost me 8 points to be able to ride tier 3s. 8 points to be able to tame tier 3s.
that was after paying points above to everything else. So each level, before it was a level a point, and you could respec every level and do stuff. Now, I don't know what you get. It was 4, but I swear I got 5 on my level up today. But you get different points.
I think it's 5, man. I think you're right. I think it's 5.
Yeah. See, I was getting 4 yesterday, though, before I crossed over to into 30. But now at 30, I think I'm getting, or 30 plus, I'm getting 5 points per level up.
Well, that's not bad. I was worried about that, like how they were gonna reward the points.
It was weird. I'll say that. Trying to like see where you're dedicating all your points to and how to effectively go down a tree of learning.
Mm-hmm.
It's been interesting because even with me and doing the cooking stuff and the farming stuff, like the food larder, the preservation pantry, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that in the food chain.
Hmm.
It comes up in the captaineering chain. And that's after you've got seamanship and some captaineering that it shows up. So you've had to invest points outside of the skill tree that you thought you were working in order to kind of balance yourself out. Like he said, you got to be level 3 of this or level 3 of that in order to do this. I didn't have any in Beast Mastery. So now I'm having to go into Beast Mastery and level up.
Just to be able to ride them.
Be able to ride the bears that he's like, here you go. You can have this bear. Your bear, you get to ride this bear. I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, you got to be this level tier riding in order to be able to do that. And the only way to do that is in the Beast Mastery list.
Yep, so you can't even ride a mount without putting points into Beast Mastery.
Right.
Well, that's different.
You can do like walking and use them as a pack mule, but you can't go in and change any of their
points,
traits, personalities, or none of that without dedicating some points into Beast Mastery, and there's commands and all this other stuff that has to be done. Like when he was showing the tree earlier, there's taming and commands. Like there's 3 different trees inside that tree to go down.
Sorry,
But
I'm trying to set this up to
it's been a wild learning experience.
make it hot in here for making babies. It's just so crowded in here with
You figure it'd be warm already?
with old sirloin, New York strip, and ribeye. That's what I named my cows.
Yeah, we lost steak.
Yep.
The very first cow was steak. Poor steak took it to the chin by giant snake.
That's funny.
I think we lost our chicken to a wolf. And that's when he tore down the bank and built the new animal pen. Yeah, we'll call it a barn.
That's essentially what
Tore down the bank and built a barn. But these animals are really good. Carry weight's got to be leveled up a whole lot more. The pirate guys were really good, like the hired crew. Before they repaired them, they came. You could purchase them, and immediately they had like 1,000 carry weight. So you can go out and farm and be like, here, hold this.
I need you to hold all of this.
But they fixed that. They're not able to carry as much anymore. So now you need a bear to go out into the wild and carry stuff. Some of these bears, 700, 800 carry weight.
So hired guys aren't that expensive as like we were thinking originally?
Maintenance wise, they can get costly over time. Purchasing them initially is very cheap. Keeping them paid and part of your crew, not so much.
Gotcha.
If you don't pay them their hourly wage, then
Real live hourly wage or hourly wage?
Live hourly wage. You pay them
live hourly wage.
Okay.
Like, you can't go out overnight without giving them their pay in advance, or if it is 5 hours later before you log back in, they will have need and left your crew. So last night, our guys all went to bed with 25, 30 gold on them a piece to carry them through the night.
I don't understand. I've got the wandering.
Actually, it was like 24 hours worth of gold, I think, is what we put on them. But
gold's not hard to get.
It depends on what you consider hard to get. There's one way that it's pretty difficult. You need to put together a crew and go fight a bunch of undead crew people on an island somewhere and dig up a treasure. It makes the skeletons of Sea of Thieves look like a bunch of cowards. These guys are serious. They've wrecked them every time they've walked up on them up until this point so far. Like, they go in and they wreck shop for a little bit, but then something happens where they either kite the dude just out of the area that he needs to be in, and he resets with full health, and like it's gotten real dumb with some of the fights that we've had over these treasure chests. But there's the treasure chest that you can go to islands with, or they're going out into the ocean and taking your chance on running across sea of the ship of the damned that are pretty much everywhere in the ocean. But you chance running across the sea of the ship of the damned, but you're looking for floating chests out in the water, and they come at various levels of green and blue and gold and purple in their color and their glow. And inside of those, there's usually like a blueprint, maybe 2, some gold, anywhere between 14 to 30 gold, 40 gold I've seen in those. You got that balance, and then there's bottles that wash up on the shore, and all of those are what contain the maps that you go out to look.
Okay. And the maps just roll up on any island, like you guys' island?
Roll up on every beach in the game.
Okay.
They're the same thing. Yellow and green and blue and purple.
Right. Okay.
But yeah,
I was actually kind of curious on that one, like how gold making is it. Like, I didn't know if there was like maybe a mining process to it to a degree.
If you dedicate, it's a risk. Going and getting gold is going to be a risk either way you do it.
Yeah.
Going out on the ocean and grabbing gold is a little iffy from time to time while you're bringing everybody outside.
Yeah, I think I may need more room for the bears to breed.
So you might have to expand on the barn.
I just think
remember the cows are set at. Remember, some of the cows are set at low distance.
Yep. I'm just trying to pull them out for right now.
How'd the door shut?
Lance.
I was about to say, I think I saw Lance freaking close the doors.
I'm on New York Strip.
That's our business in that little hut over there.
Oh, really? Where
Yeah.
you do your trading?
We don't. Gwen Jones does though.
Yeah. It's Rusty's Pleasure Palace.
Yeah. Oh, Cal, calm down. Yeah.
Yo, he just flew.
Rusty's Pleasure Palace. HJ's 10 gold. BJ's 20 gold. ZJ,
Man.
you had to ask. Can't afford it.
Yeah.
Do I even want to know what goes on? Like, I mean,
We don't even ask.
Yep, we're just trying to make some money off of Rusty.
does he make money?
Supposedly you can breed people in this. Supposedly.
Yeah, we're waiting to see exactly how this gets implemented and what it. We know all we know is that room's a little suspect anyway because before it was Rusty's Pleasure Palace, it was the crew quarters. We put 2 guys inside of it, and you'd open the door, and they'd be like,
Oh.
and they'd turn away. They'd be like, "What are you doing? Shut the door. You don't need to be watching this." It's like, wait a second, what are y'all doing in here? Maybe I do need to close the door. So
And then it became the Pleasure Palace, huh? After that?
Yep. Well, the crew mutinied overnight because we didn't pay them, and oh yeah. But yeah, the crew mutinied overnight because we didn't pay them. Took us a little bit to venture out and go get more crew. It was once we put the brigantine in the water, we were like, oh wait, no, this was actually once we got Jake's new ship back in the water.
I don't know what this little palm trees over an island symbol is above Mama Bear's head.
She wants to be in the Caribbean.
Yeah, she's like, this zone is not. I need to be. I
cannot mate in this cold weather.
I
need to be outdoors.
Well, they were mating earlier when I had the door open, but then and that's a problem.
That's because he whipped it out, and she was like, "Oh no, I didn't sign up for that."
I may have
What's up, Pat?
May have to bring Boo Boo in here and let him do the work.
Oh, you know Boo Boo can handle it.
Yogi's being lazy.
I mean, are we surprised? Oh.
Maybe they're just scared because you and your brother are just hanging out beside them with axes.
Yeah.
You know, like
They're like, we don't mind doing this thing, but we're kind of a little concerned about your voyeurism you got going on here. Was watching us.
Like you want us to do the dirty
wondering
deed,
if,
but I feel uncomfortable.
If Yogi's wasted, like not going to be able to breed now.
Wasted?
What happened?
I'm just wondering. Yeah, because you can only mate every so often.
Oh,
like
really?
Like once every 24 hours, real time.
Oh. I got my pepper plant over there. Aren't they nice?
Mm-hmm. I see them.
It took a lot of work to actually get reproducing pepper plants.
Need manure and everything else?
Yeah, dude. Manure, thatch in order to actually make my fertilizer, and then you got to put fertilizer on them, and it's got to be irrigated soil. So I've got a thing there that has irrigation pipes coming off of it that drips water onto the 2 boxes. Like it catches rainwater and drips onto those 2 boxes. Then you got to go and till the soil every so often, and you get you see the little mini game that he plays every now and again where the bar comes up across the bottom of the screen. You got to tap inside that block. When you're digging with the shovel, it's the same story with that. You have to go over to the box, make sure you've got your fertilizer on it, make sure it's irrigated, make sure a seed can be planted in that certain zone that you've got your box on. and then you pop the shovel in there, hit the little mini game action, do that 3 times, and you can increase your growth rate or fruit production. They call everything fruit. It's all fruit bearing.
Okay.
So you go over and you harvest fruit off of all your plants. And I have peppers and carrots growing. I think we tore down the carrot box earlier and everything else because we're working on things trying to resort. But the peppers are in a pretty solid place, and I could grow like more peppers under there and just keep adding pipe on to let that just kind of keep going out. But
All right. Heck yeah.
every zone, like if you look at a seed, it tells you where it can be grown. And so certain plants, like you can't grow rice in our area because we don't have a fresh water source. Like not just a source that is like freshwater puddle kind of thing, you know, because you have to plant those boxes on water in order to grow rice plant. So
I may have lost the team. I don't know what this little freaking symbol means on top of here.
she's like,
Oh,
I'm
you're
on
looking it up?
vacation. It's I'm on vacation. My little island with the palm tree. I'm on vacation.
See you next year.
Yeah, ain't no humping going on today. I told you I wasn't interested.
No means no, sir.
Ain't no hashtag me too here. She's like, you will respect my bare women rights.
Boy, back. Yeah, like I said, like so far, I mean, there's been a lot of negativity towards the
They
game,
only
mainly
breed
from
in
the
tropical
people
climates.
that. Ooh.
So I gotta take the bears to a tropical climate. They were mating a while ago. Maybe it's just the temperature right now. I'm gonna have to let this stupid dog out. I'll be back here in a second. He's scratching.
All right. I mean, there's been a lot of negativity, like I was saying, about the game so far, and it's mainly from people that don't comprehend that it's still in beta. Mainly.
Well, it's a, I wouldn't call it beta. Let's just stick to the term of what even they're referring to. It's early access is the plan. They're giving everybody early access to the game because instead of going through all these years of research and development in their own little tiny world and trying to polish everything up, what they've done is they're like, we need to know how this is going to work. Nobody's ever tried this before. 150 man servers, 15 by 15. Go.
With this kind of game. Yeah.
Worlds are open. Go. So what they've done is go, help. We'll give you early access, but just know you're going to be learning. Our plan is 2 years for official release.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you go into the game officially taking that as its grain of salt, if you take that, then it's easier to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody that hasn't played the game coming into this will have the same, I guess, respect for this game as I like me and Sohn will, because, or anybody else that's played during this very beginning process, because this released before Christmas and on through the new year, and we saw update all the time. This company did not shut down over the holidays. They dedicated themselves to getting patches out constantly.
Right.
And we applaud them for what they're doing because we accept the game for what it is. It's very early access,
Mm-hmm.
and we see that these guys are working. It's not like Gary and Rust where it's still in beta 7 years after the initial first launch of the game, slowly getting peckered on here and here. Every year you might see a couple updates on it. These guys have been hard at it. I mean, very, very hard at it, trying to stabilize servers, trying to get there was rendering issues at one point. There was aggro issues with these boats. Like, if your ship was sitting at the shore, it could be destroyed. Even though it's never come out of the dry dock, if it's still sitting in the dry dock,
Those
it can get
ghost
destroyed
ships.
because if it gets close to the shore and sees that boat, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that, and it would destroy it. It like all kinds of stuff just being ripped apart. And then there was the brief time span where they didn't attack rafts, but that was where people were glitching and
Yeah.
trapping the boat and doing stuff to it. Like you've probably seen some pretty hilarious videos. I'm sure
I
on
have.
those.
I
It's been so many different little things. Like the first day, you couldn't move like an inch on the screen without going backwards 2 inches. It was almost like playing the game in reverse, where you were trying to sail out of a starter zone, and it was just like one step forward, one step forward. And you did that over and over and over again, trying to get out of there. The lag was so just impossibly. They opened up more servers. Like, starter zones were not supposed to be like they are right now. Like, they're everywhere. Starter zones are all over the map right now, and they weren't supposed to be that way.
Yeah, they were only supposed to be in one location.
No, well, they were supposed to be in the zones, but not to the number of them that there are.
Gotcha.
Because you're supposed to start in a starter zone, get to level 8, get your raft made, and get the hell out of the starter zone. And the first zone that you come into is not where you're supposed to settle. They want you to go. Get the hell away from the starter zone. So those zones around the starter zones are lawless zones. And most of the islands have big aggravating shit-ass animals on them. Like crocodiles and wolves. Just dumb stuff that will eat you alive. Just because giant snakes everywhere. Like, just dumb stuff everywhere on the lawless islands. And we're supposed to be a little bit more populated with ships of the damned to deter bigger ships from coming back into the starter zone.
Right.
And so they've been working on trying to level everything out. That balance of just trying to get the game leveled to where in PvE and PvP, I mean, they're developing these servers completely independent of each other. The updates that PvP servers get versus the updates that we get are completely different. These teams are working on these things around the clock and are putting a lot of time into it. And you can see it. You can see it in the way the game plays. You can, since we're on as often as we are and as much as we've been, we see all the notifications going. All right, so it's going to be a server-side update. You won't need to restart your Steam client this time, but you'll, want to restart the game.
Right.
Or this time it's going to be a big patch. You'll need to completely shut the game down and restart the game completely.
After this period of time, after the update.
After this patch, yeah. At this time, we're going to be putting a big patch through. And they let you know whether it's server-side, whether it's this. I mean, across the top of the screen, you see where on his inventory wheel there, it says access inventory.
Yeah.
I guarantee you most of the messages are blocks that come down about that far on the screen every time got a update going through, and we started on version 0.1 and are on 8.3 something right now. I think it's like 8.38 or 8.34 or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we're out there now. I mean, and that's just game production wise on that number. Our servers have gone through even different number update. And you got to give the guys a lot of credit. I mean, everybody's talked a lot of smack about, oh, it's a complete reskin. Everything should work better. But when did they ever do this with the servers? Because you got to remember, that's what this is. This isn't just the game mechanics. This is, what is that? How many? 30 servers?
15 by 15. So more than 30.
Oh, that's like, what'd they say? Oh, shit, I forget how many it was now. So, 15 by 15. All right, 225?
Yep.
So 225 servers holding 150 apiece, which usually don't have 150 in them. If he puts, hit escape real quick. You should get the little dialogue box that's below that, and it'll say, here's the number of people that are in your server actively right now.
There's 17 players in our server, and we're on version 8.72.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, development-wise, these guys are on it. I'm sure there is a shit ton of stuff that has to go on their end just to maintain these individual servers with interlocking boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
Just so in-game, you can go from B12 to C12, and it knows you're going from B12 to C12 instead of just going out into oblivion and never showing up in the next server over, you know? It's like, oh, there's nothing over there. You can't, you know, sorry. You just lost your character, your boat, and everything.
Ooh.
You sailed off the edge of the world.
You thought there wasn't an edge.
I was in the middle of the map. Oh, this is flat earther all the way, dude.
No, you go around the edge of the map, according to Vex. If we head west, we'll eventually come out on the east.
Really?
Oh, well, I'm even more impressed by that. So I'm
We
sure.
haven't tested that theory yet, but
No, no shit. Like I said, if he scrolls all the way out and shows you how much map he explored, which he did already once before, but I mean,
yeah,
everybody again. If you look at just what we've explored, that's since we got the game.
Yeah, and you guys
Like,
been playing
that's
it
the-
like ever since it came
the
out.
blue lines is all we've explored. Where you see the blue.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
we
and
have-
that's talking about
We
like
have
that little.
120 plus hours into it.
You see that chunk over there? That little chunk that was over there to one side up at the top? That's because that's the area that we were like, yeah, let's start up over here. And then Lance got on and he was like, yo, I found some really cool shit down in this area. So we moved all of our starting area over there. And that was after we already probably had, me and Sohn probably already had 15 hours in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a lot to explore, man.
Like I said, our one square that we live in right now, we haven't even explored that completely yet.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I mean, Vex's map probably looks a lot different. He has been doing a lot more sailing. I see us making that move before too long.
Now, is there a way to share? Like, okay, say, like you just said, he's been out selling
share his
around and
map?
everything.
Ally
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there's supposed to be a setting, to my understanding, to where you share with your company and it's supposed to be a company map.
Okay. I was curious about that because it's like, okay, say you got one guy, his main job is to explore, essentially. Like,
Well,
how
there's a
is he
ship.
supposed?
Yeah, like a
It's
map
not- it
maker.
would- it
There's
wouldn't-
actually a map maker perk, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's in the perk set.
Okay.
Which I've learned navigation, so I can make the chart, the charter little thing. It's you look through the telescope, and it's got the sextant. Yeah, I can make that.
Star charts.
So there's
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of discovery in this game that we literally are tribes that just learned how to get out on boat. Like our education, everybody's education in the game right now is pretty much about that level of, yeah, we might know how to make metal armor and we might know how to, make cannons and build these awesome looking ship bearing vessels. But when it comes down to really being out there in the ocean, we still don't know shit from Shinola about anything in the world. It's all about these, you'll see on the PvP servers or the streamer servers that are, this is also one of those games that I've noticed streamers would whitelist and make their own servers on every other game that you've ever played.
Yeah.
The streamers that are having the most fun with their communities are on the public servers. There's only 4 public servers, 2 NA, 1 PvE, 1 PvP. As the chunk server, you're either PvE or PvP. There's NA and there's UK.
So,
And
she had an iceberg above her head there for a second, which is leading me to believe that now they're mating. It is just the right.
so she was too hot before.
Yep, and now she was too cold, and now it's just the right temperature for making baby bears.
That's why she's Mama Bear. And that's what's got her all pissed off, because there's no Papa Bear.
18%
So she
mating.
could make baby bear.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if we have a baby here in a minute.
Oh, well, they definitely hooked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their little heartses.
Yep. 30%. Get her.
Don't
Yogi.
watch, boo-boo.
That's just weird.
Don't watch, boo-boo. You'll get
That's
your
just
turn.
weird.
But you guys are watching.
I'm gonna have to tear down Rusty's Pleasure Palace and expand the barn.
Oh. We gotta clear this with Gwen Jones. Oh, go up in the house and show him what happened to Gwen, or what happened to Vexman last. Is he still up there?
I don't want to walk away from these mating animals right now. Because once the baby comes, I'm gonna have to figure out what it wants to eat. I'm gonna have to figure out how hot it needs to be.
We need Vex Cam. Be like, yo. All right, so on the PvP servers, I've been watching this one streamer, and they've set up a government
Ah!
full with punishments and stuff like that. There's people been put in the cages, like you can do the torture cells, the hanging torture cells. You
Yeah.
can make those and put people in them. Also, you can hang people, literally noose hang people.
Yeah, I saw in I think upstairs in
Yeah, you saw
the one of the rooms.
Okay, yeah, you probably
Yeah,
saw it from the main
4
house.
hours of gestation. I'm not gonna be able to stay online long enough.
Can Lance?
We're gonna have to get Vex in to do it.
Vex can't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nobody can but your brother.
No one's gonna be able to imprint on him like I've got that part decked out. 4 hours gestation. I should not have let them bone.
Worked so hard to get him to bone, and now it's like, damn it. Now you know what the people who are trying to revive pandas feel like.
That's
Calling out to work.
No.
That's what I asked him today when he got home. I was like, "Are you just telling the people, fuck y'all, I'm out. I'm going to play. Going to play Atlas."
Yeah, that's
I got work to do.
the first baby is definitely dying. I can't stay on until frickin' 1 in the morning.
Working on gestation.
Yep. So I'm gonna disable wandering at this point.
Do not.
And I'll have to
Send
wait.
any-
I'll have to wait till I have a day off to actually.
Breed a bear.
Yep.
We'll be riding lions and tigers by then.
Yeah, because I don't have another day off for 9 days.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be RV.
Off is next Thursday.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll be a fun day. Hey, that's about our first hour there. If you want to.
Trying to decide what I want to do here. I've got an hour to do something. I can't really sail anywhere. Yeah, maybe I'll just take the sloop out for a ride. I'll take the USS. I do have a treasure map. If anything, I'll just log out on the boat. Or you all wanting to catch a break?
Well, that's why I was thinking that top of the hour thing. You
Yeah.
can go ahead.
Let's grab
Slap
5.
slap the world with a little calico frosting.
Yep. We'll be right
All right.
back. Once the music starts, of course. We'll be right back.
And get
Maybe?
if it's not attached. Un momento, por favor.
Alright. Yeah, so when we do these streams like this... Oh, Guru's already gone. There it is. We'll be right back. 5 minutes.
right, and we are back. There, a little bit of Calico Frost. Big shout out to him again. Thank you very much for letting us use your music, bro. It's greatly appreciated over here on this low end side of things where we're just trying to get by. But we're back. We're still talking a lot about Atlas. It is what we've been doing for the most part. I mean, now that we got the first hour out of the way, and we've talked a whole lot about it, I'm sure we'll get back into it. It's going to be playing here in the background most of the time anyway. Guru, what you been up to, man? What you been doing?
Freaking playing Warframe, dude. Trying to get ready, essentially gathering up materials for the Fortuna 2.0. Essentially, I've been helping out one of my buddies from my old Star Trek Online days and DCU days. He's been playing the game a lot. I've been helping him, getting used to it, build up, essentially trying to make him some plat. He's actually been kind of tickled to death a little bit because the last 2 days we were able to take him on some Eidolon hunts, and he was able to make like 460 plat off of the stuff that we were able to get out of there. So he was actually pretty tickled to death about that.
Yeah, sounds like you were able to really help out a lot and get a whole lot done there.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a grind finally getting back into the group. Essentially, I've been doing a whole lot of mid-maxing on certain frames. Like I said, essentially getting ready for whenever the console finally gets Fortuna 2.0. I know PC's gotten it. They've already have been doing record-breaking Orb Mother runs. Like, there's been already one guy that soloed the first Orb Mother, which right now you only got the first one, but he wound up being able to solo it in like 3 minutes.
Woo!
I was like, whoa. The first one, the first person that wound up soloing it did it in 10. And at this point, everybody's just trying to beat everybody else's run and trying to figure out a good build to come at these things with.
Good build, best path.
Mm-hmm. Which frames are good to use for what, essentially. But yeah, we've been pretty much watching that, and then diving into Atlas. Me and my buddy Chris, we've been watching the heck out of it, trying to keep up to date with it.
AK?
Not that Chris. Antisocial Chris.
Oh, that's our Australian
Yes.
friend. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and him's been
the one that's got like the most trucks I've ever heard start in the background.
Even though it's not like all his, yeah. Me and him's been diving into Atlas, running ideas back and forth, trying to figure out, okay, what approach do we want to take? Because both of us played the heck out of Art whenever it first came out. We played the heck out of it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see where this game goes development wise once the console players do get their hands on it.
Oh yeah,
because you can full keyboard this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't even have to go over there and mess with your mouse. Everything does something. We're talking your movement, you're looking around, you can just sit on the keyboard.
Yeah. Like I said, me and him's been diving into that, really digging into it a little bit. We've also been trying to dig into a little bit more about Atlas, Anthem, because right now those are the 2 games we're kind of looking at, but we haven't really seen a whole, it's still back and forth right now.
I can recommend a couple YouTubers that are doing a lot of talking about it. They got a lot of information. I'll pass that information along to you.
All right, good deal on that one. Because the missus was like, "What are you gonna do with your Christmas cash?" I'm like, "It's gonna sit there until I figure out if these games are."
Yeah, which one of these games I'm gonna give it?
Yeah, like which one of these games is going to be worth diving into? Like, is this one? Because I'm not. She was like, why don't you just pre-order? Man, like $100. Get out of
Just
here.
need
Like,
400 more.
been actually digging around trying to get another job. And the missus wound up getting her hours cut a little bit. So, freaking trying to get all this stuff essentially squared away a little bit. Ooh.
A tropical double IPA with a death metal kick to the codpiece.
To the god.
Frutalica double IPA.
The little one's not really ready for school to start again, which is next week.
I'm sure she's been like, yeah, and then she's like,
Oh man.
tell her, like, time has
Tell her.
come. You shall return to the public schooling.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, you don't know me very well. I'm not doing that shit.
She's been staying up a little bit later than normal. New Year's, I was okay with it, but now.
Everybody having a good New Year's? I mean, I know what me and Soan did.
It was 12:03. I was like, hey, it's next year. I'm going to bed.
It's pretty much what wound up happening over here. Like,
yeah, I basically was like, oh, look, it's Happy New Year. We told Vex Happy New Year when it was his time already. We were like, yeah, you and Rusty, Happy New Year. That was 5 hours earlier in the day. And then it came time for ours to come around. And I was like, Happy New Year.
yeah, whenever Anti got on, and I was like, so how's the new year? Do I need to be ready for anything? Like, since you're already like ahead of us, like with the future and stuff.
New Year, is there anything I need to be ready for?
Yeah, like tell me what the future holds for me in the new year, please. He's like probably the same stuff. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, you tamed a chicken, level 18. McChicken.
His name is McChicken.
That's awesome. Is he gonna be a McChicken after you're done?
I've got McChicken. There's eggs, which is not mine. Then there's Colonel Sanders and Popeyes.
Yep.
Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back again.
I'm taking eggs from all of them.
Look at all these eggs.
Well, is there, son? You've been rather quiet because you've been providing the visual content back here behind everything the whole time. I mean, is there?
I'm gonna try and breed these chickens right now.
Is there any real enlightening words you'd like to say about like the course of where the game's at and where it's going? I mean, how you've enjoyed it, whether or not it's been, worth what has been put into it so far.
I'm ready to do some adventuring, to be completely honest with you.
Like, kind of walk away from everything that we've been working on and go to see the world.
I'm ready to catch a day when we have, the 5 of us who are in the company on and can head out on the Vexman's Revenge and actually go do some stuff. That's what I'm ready for. We're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, it's still going to take leveling up a ship, and like some of what we're looking forward to doing is definitely going to take just us getting out on the boat and surviving for a while in it.
Yep.
I see a whole lot of oh shit for a while, and then us finally going, come on, let's give it a shot, just like we did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for us last time, we bit off a number 3. Hey, is it just me or Guru get a lot of stuff added to his shelf behind him?
That is a lot of extra stuff, I think.
It does look like there's a lot of new pops up there, doesn't it? I mean, I got new pops for Christmas. I got 2 Destiny ones. I got a Thanos sitting on the throne. I got a from Doctor Who Missy. So those are part of my new pop. My girl got new pops, but hers won't come in until March. I got her the entire Queen pop collection. Except for one. There's one Freddie Mercury that did not come with the collection.
What's happening here? All right.
You didn't get a
Chickens
wait.
are confused. Popeye's currently mating with Colonel Sanders. How is the... Oh, Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders is mating with 2 chickens at the same time. Damn, Colonel.
Get it, Colonel? That's why that's the original recipe spices.
Yep, I got the fire up here ready to go. You're gonna see how long it takes to hatch an egg. If I lose it, I don't care at this point. I'm just trying to figure some things out.
No, Guru, we were noticing behind you there. Did you get a couple pops over the Christmas? Or did they just finally make it to the shelf from other places in the house?
The War Doctor, I think, was already there.
Oh, you got a War Doctor? I got a Missy for Christmas.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and then I have the Flashing Gremlin.
Nice. I got Hawthorne and her bird in Destiny.
Ooh.
I got Gaul, the big antagonist from the very beginning of Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
Callus Gaul. And I got a Thanos sitting on his throne.
Oh, I'm so jelly of that one.
Oh, in that case, I'll go grab it. At least that way you can see. So I'll do my talk to the people in Radio Land, and I'll come back and entertain.
All right. Freaking So what the heck? Like, so how long does it actually take to wind up like hatching an egg at? Like,
Don't know. We're about to find out.
So you're just trying to essentially try to figure out like what taming methods are going to wind up being like.
Yep.
That's going to be
49 minutes incubation on a chicken.
49 minutes? That's better than the freaking 4 hours. 4 hours. Like, oh, look at it glowing. Why is it glowing?
Because it's fertilized.
Oh.
And I have fire
look at that.
to keep it warm.
Are you worried about it popping out like a sunny side up egg? Like,
but yeah, that's its full. Like
have you been keeping up with Funko on Twitter?
A little bit. I haven't been clicking on as many because they haven't been quite like genres that I've been interested in.
I've been actually kind of veering off, like just clicking on every one of them like I was, and starting to go with the genres that I like. They had a Thanos, the gauntlet up there for a little while. I think they did it twice, and I was like, come on, let me win this one. Let me win this one.
Yeah, when this one came in, I was like, Thanos, huh? I wouldn't have imagined getting a Thanos, but
yeah, they just. That's funny that you wound up getting that, and Netflix finally released Infinity War on there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, actually, and this was happy about that.
Yeah, Netflix just had a really good content drop.
Mm-hmm.
Across the board, like I'm watching all kinds of shit.
And this month we're supposed to actually get The Punisher 2, season 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The little teaser trailer for that, I mean, it wasn't very much, but I've heard that this is where Frank Castle finally stepped into the role of
Fitbit. Step counter.
You've been having a ball with that thing.
Extraordinaire. Dude, the screen I got on it right now, dope as shit out of all of them. Like this one has date, month, year, battery life, the fact that it's Bluetooth connected to my speaker. talk to it and it play through my headphones?
Yes, Siri connected to that too.
I'm a Google user.
You
I'm a Google and Amazon.
You knew what I meant.
I've got Alexa and Google attached to it. But no, it actually has an Alexa app that attaches directly to it. It also has the iOS app.
That's pretty cool.
Directly to it. But I can talk to it. I can Dick Tracy it all the way. But it's got that. It's got the hour, minute, second across it. It's got what day of the week it is, and this particular one also has like current weather. So it's like my city. It's cloudy and 50 degrees right now.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah. And it's completely sunk up with everything. I mean, it works really good. I've been real happy with it. It was kind of one of those. It was a really novelty idea. What all it does. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. But now it's kind of a game, and I'm gonna beat it. And it cheats just like any game. I had it lock me out of an hour of activity the other day.
Are you serious?
Where I know I got up and walked around, but for that entire hour, it was like, you got this many hours of activity. And it wouldn't ever count my steps. And I was like, you son of a bitch. And so I ended up with a 9-hour of activity day out of my 10 hours of activity that I've got set for it to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up missing 1 hour, and I'm like, you dickhole watch. You locked me out of an hour of activity. Him and the gliders. Ouch, damn.
Yeah, dude, I cannot figure out how to fly one of these damn things, man.
Holy crap. Well, that is definitely not the way. What you just did was...
I mean, I got people who I've watched them just... Maybe it's,
that guy that kept aggravating
inverted.
the shit out of us the other day would just...
Maybe inverted controls. That's what I'm starting to think.
Considering you dive every time you try.
You had a guy like hang gliding around you guys, being a little pest.
Yep, inverted controls. Yeah, the guy that was living. See this little hut up here on the hill? We were trying to take the flag behind it. That was on that hut on the hill there.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy that took one of our spots would fly over that spot to stop us from claiming it. It wasn't his spot, but he would just fly over it to stop us from claiming it. It was nighttime, and he was doing a real good job of keeping himself hid. So sat there for 20, 30 minutes going, what the fuck keeps coming in and contesting? I've walked all over this damn circle. There's nobody fucking here. And what we found out is this guy kept hang gliding over the area, and it would just contest for a minute, and then he would go away.
So he's just trying to make sure that you guys don't get it, but he wants it probably.
Yeah, well, he's another one of those that logged off, and we took our spot back from behind him again. And if they didn't all log out inside their base, we'd do something completely different. But yeah, I mean, after Christmas, it's been just a wild ton of fun with like between the watch and going through Christmas, this game and into the new year and all of the different stuff, the acquisitions of stuff. Did you see the picture I put in? Did I put a picture in chat of my girl's Christmas present in action?
Discord chat?
To me.
I didn't get it on Facebook. I know that much.
All right. Well, here it'll go into the chat.
To Discord chat or Facebook chat?
Yeah, I can put it in Discord. That'll be fine.
I actually flew. I just wasn't able to see where I was flying to. That's kind of lame.
We'll put it.
Let me pull. Let me pull Discord up over here.
Pull it up in general chat. Which picture do I like? This one.
Oh, did you ever put that thing, your present together? That you were supposed to send me a picture of after you were done with it.
Which one?
You didn't say which one. You said that you were working on something that you got for Christmas, and you were gonna send it to me after you were done putting it together, essentially.
There were 2 model cars. One being a NASCAR car. The other one is a 1931 Bugatti Royale Victoria. And I haven't got the rest of the stuff to even start to put that kit together yet.
Okay.
Like, that kit is going to take
a minute.
I've got all the paint to airbrush, like, the main body and maybe get a lot of it assembled, but I have none of the detail in paint. None of the.
That's none of the. Oh, look at that! That's cool.
Saw Lance fly by?
No, I was talking about what you posted up in Discord.
Oh, yeah. So her Switch is now attached to a projector.
That
screen that you're looking at is 106 inches corner to corner.
And the quality's really good?
It's 1080p.
Nice.
And it's capable of 1080p up to 200 inches quarter to quarter.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet she's having a ball with that.
He is in there playing Skyrim right now. When we went on break, I went in there and I'm like, babe, you didn't turn on the speaker because my Ion Road Warrior, like, boombox portable speaker thing that I've got.
Yeah.
I hooked that up to the projector so she could have that as the audio source.
Nice.
So she's got that as the audio source. She's got the projector. That screen that is up there, I'm not even using like over a foot of
what it can do. Dang.
That is 120 inch corner to corner widescreen screen. And she's only using like 106 inches right now. So,
like, you don't even got to move your head if you get into the right spot. Like, you just get right in the right spot, man. You ain't even got to move. You just eyes. That's all.
Also,
dude, I've been playing the fuck out of some Mario Kart on that son of a bitch because I got a Mario Kart 8 too while we were at it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. and it is just as aggravating of a piece of shit, pain in the ass fucking game as it's always fucking been. It's Mario Kart. It is Mario Kart to the realest of reals. I've had a blast with it. Like I went in there last night, laid down on the couch, and you can lay on the couch and stretch out and just have it right there in front of you, and it covers the entire wall.
Boy. Yeah, I told the missus that we might be getting a freaking Switch at some point in time if she wants to save up and take care of that. Once I get certain...
Well worth the investment.
Mainly for the little one and her.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, though, the very first game that comes into the house, you've got to lick it. Actually, for us now, it's a tradition to when a game is opened, we have to lick it. It's become our Switch thing.
Oy vey.
They taste horrible. They are. They're fucking horrible.
It's a fucking video game. I'm sure it tastes like crap.
No,
yeah,
they're like this. They're as big as a micro SD, like one of those camera SD cards.
Yeah, but they also coated that freaking one.
Well, no,
stuff
they
on
embedded into the plastic. Like the plastic is extruded with this stuff in it to prevent children from like putting it in their mouth
and eating them.
Yeah, it's a choking resistance. But me and Q, well, It's me, really. I'm gonna be honest about it. It's me. I'm the one that when she opened the box, I'm like, you gotta lick it. and so in order to keep it going, I'm like, all right, I'll lick it, but you still gotta lick it, and you just lick it. You're like, oh god.
Yep, the stuff is there.
9-volt battery testers, always. Have you done it to your daughter? Where you're like, 9-volt battery, see if this works.
I was stopped. I was going to, but I was stopped because I was told that it was too cruel.
Okay, these game cartridges are kind of the same thing, without the electric jolt. But oh my god, the fucking taste. You're just like, what the? Fuck?
I am gonna make sure that
You gotta lick the first one. Like I said, the first game at least. That comes into your house, you've got to lick the cartridge.
I'm gonna be like, babe, lick.
Yeah, just lick it. She'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just lick it.
She will too. She will. She'll be like, what? What are you talking about right now?
Don't even ask. Just lick it. How many times have you said that to her?
We're not gonna discuss this.
Don't ask me questions. Just lick it. Actually, that's probably been said to you more times than anything else. Don't ask no questions, just lick it.
Been about the same. Again, we're not going to talk about this.
I mean, hey, everybody's pretty clear you have a child, so we know you've done a little bit more than licked it, so.
I mean, sure.
Once
Is
or
it
twice.
mine? Is it mine?
Yeah. Yeah, there's way too much evidence that it is. Like,
oh, yeah.
Way too much evidence that it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what you been building? Did you get any models or anything over Christmas? I mean, did she just go, here's cash, leave me alone?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Well, I know you like building all the little medals. I mean, all your
She
little
didn't get
metal
me
models
any.
and stuff
She
like
didn't
that.
get me any more little medals. But the only thing
Dude.
that I put together was.
That's still really cool. And is that all Lego?
No, it's all. It's
It was just
plastic. It's a plastic little model thing. Like. 1 minute.
Came part by part by part by part.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second.
That now what you're doing there, we can do in Atlas. Like you get to pick the different sail types.
And then
every position.
It even had the interior and everything else that I had to like place into there. Like that's pretty much the only little thing that I wound up getting besides the shirt and whatnot. From her at least.
Yeah, my girl's mom is the one that got me the model cars.
To
dive back into.
Yeah, a lot of our moolah went to the little one this year because, which we still got to go through her room. Which this year she got a lot of girly stuff. The last couple of years we haven't had to really worry about a whole lot of girly stuff. This year has been Barbie, nail stuff, arts and crafts stuff, sewing stuff, Play-Doh, nail stuff, freaking Vampirella stuff. Like it's been a trip. It's been a trip this year of watching her progress to where she's at now. And look, it even came with a little Luffy.
Oh. Yeah, because when I started looking at all the models, because I want to go back into like building a bunch of models. I don't know whether I want to dive into I've never done airplanes, and I've not done a lot of really big ships. I've done one, and I was too young to be working on it at the time. It was one that needed full riggings, and the sails all needed to be trimmed and painted, and like all kinds of stuff like that. Like it was. Oh, look at your monkeys.
I want that monkey.
He's such a cute little monkey. Look, now you lost your first monkey, right?
Nope, this is still her.
Oh, so you managed to get him back.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Mona disappears from time to time, but she comes back. She's got her sweet pirate hat on.
I'm totally getting a monkey in that game.
Oh, dude.
You can put a freaking plate armor helmet on them too.
Yeah, which looks even funnier.
It would only be a pirate hat. Only.
You can put the do-rag on them. The do-rag.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the little do-rag is the cutest thing, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Yeah, which technically with the pirate hat, he's got the do-rag on and the pirate hat, but...
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm definitely gonna have to get one. I've been looking into, like,
Wait,
she's
hold on.
been talking...
Hold on real quick. I got a real question now, because like your brother did, talking about I'm spanking it.
Don't you worry about what happens in the pleasure palace. What happens in the pleasure palace stays in the pleasure palace.
How would it broadcast over the internet like that? It doesn't.
Oh no, it still stays there. Oh,
But whenever it comes to
sign for
model
Rusty,
wise-
too.
Oh, wait. Let me see this. What sign?
He's up there with the drums now.
When you get, like, when it rains or when you're in the water, you gain wetness, which attributes to your coldness, so that's where the joke is for Atlas, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say, you see how there's nothing in the lower right-hand corner except for all of his normal XP bars?
Yeah.
Watch what happens when he backs up a little bit. Like, read the sign, looking for a good time and visit Rusty's Pleasure Palace, where the wetness is always at 99%. Now, if you'll notice, when he walks into the water, he will gain wetness depending on how far into the water he is, but complete is being down in there and 99%. Boom. Right there.
It's actually
in the
100%
corner.
now.
Yeah, that hit 100. You bobbed your whole head underneath the water.
Yep,
You're gonna have to change the sign.
yep.
That's somebody we didn't see log on today.
There you go. But when you
Who?
come out of the water, you're at 90.
Oh, Rusty?
Yeah, I don't think he's logged on.
I hear cannon fire.
You may want to get out of the water.
I'm gonna need to go look for a ghost ship and see where it's at. It won't attack our ships based on where we are, but
Which our cove, the longer we've been here, our cove has gotten better and better at being the best place to have ever picked on this island.
yeah, because look how our ships are blocked by land and then by shipyards.
Yeah, we've got barrier islands outside of where our ships are all parked.
So people can, suck it.
Yeah, you see the island out there, the other side of all the ships and everything else, because now we're caught up on that video feed.
Mm-hmm.
And you see how the harbors are put there and everything else. I mean, this is...
Nothing can get in there, pretty much.
This is where we need the zip line from, Thump. Whenever you
Yep.
get around to making the zip line, it needs to come from, like...
The only thing I need is for y'all to make me a grappling hook.
we've got 2 of them.
All right, because
From,
it'll be
like,
the
right
grappling hook
here.
plus... It'll be the grappling hook plus the arrows for me to make it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'll put it from up there down to Vex, or do you want me to go down to
Pin.
Taming Pin on the outer bank?
Yep. Then we can get across the
so
water
that'll-
without having to swim.
It's going to be interesting. When are y'all supposed to get the release, Guru? You've been keeping up with the console release information.
Freaking, it keeps on bouncing back and forth. They're saying some point in time this month, and then they were saying some point in time next month.
Well, yeah.
Don't get mad if they push it back.
It needs to be
I want to throw out this
cross-platform.
critique real quick. I'm a big advocate of streamers, just like what we do right here. I'm a big advocate of the guys that are doing it over there on Twitch and Mixer and stuff like that. I think consuming content over on that level is a really cool thing to do. It's nice to go hang with those communities, see how things are done in a lot of these different video games, maybe learn something, maybe just find other people who enjoy a game so you got more people to play with or whatever the case may be. but I got to say that this game and streamers have met at this weird crossroads where a video game had to delay
Mm-hmm.
because they weren't ready. And they pushed it back. And they pushed it back a couple days, and we complained about it. I mean, even here in our little thing, we were like, man, can't believe these motherfuckers pushed everything back, and it was supposed to be this day, and we memed it, basically. But if you turn around, like I said, I got high praises for this game right now. It is definitely, I would say, going to be on my list of 2019 games of the year for how this game is progressing and the quality of gameplay that has come out of it just in the time that we've had to spend with it so far. And if they keep this development cycle up that they've got going on right now, amazing. But there are very large streamers that put a very big, like, FU to this game because of the initial delay, and have they've kind of swore the game off. And then there are a couple streamers that I watch that are not as big, but are fairly decent, that have played since the release and are dedicated and have a community. They've got 300 plus 400 man PvP server company.
Yeah.
They got 24 hours of work going on, building ships, painting them, doing different, like, they've got a shipyard, they've got a whole island, they've got, like, all these different things. They've fought their way, and they've done a great thing with it, and they've continued to be advocates for the game, and have really started to try and bring a couple people in. But there are a couple of guys out there that really shit on it and said that they would never play it. And I want to call them all out for being a bunch of punk-ass fuckheads, and to wipe away their pride and go play the damn game and take your communities with you because they want you to play the damn game, instead of you being this, I'm too fucking good for it because they didn't drop when they said they were going to. Suck up your pride and go play the damn game. Because now you're trying to fucking bring back fucking the forest. Now you're trying to bring back, like, Sea of Thieves to even act like it can compete with this game. Summit 1G, sit your ass down. Go take your community over there. You got a big ass community. Go take over a fucking video game. Have fun with it. Your community will absolutely fucking love it. And you need to quit being such a pompous ass about it and go do something about it. King Ithalian, Professor Broman, you guys, y'all told people, oh, well, this game, you know, now that they've postponed it all the way over until the 21st, don't buy this game. Let me go test it. Well, you motherfuckers ain't showed up on it to go test it. I ain't seen y'all streaming this at all. And your communities would love this.
Oh, yeah.
Get off of your high horse like you are the judge and jury of what makes or breaks a game, because this game is going to make it even without y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the big problems with some of these big major big game streamers. Like, they've gotten to this point where their head has gotten too big.
Well, no, I think this is a pride thing. I really think with a couple of these guys, because they were ready and everybody sat, and I know their time is very important to them, and I'm not knocking them for being mad about the wasted time that was spent opening day of this game to find out 45 minutes after the fact that it was released that it wasn't gonna fucking happen, and then the other announcement of it being delayed. I understand being aggravated about it, but if you would keep up with this game and the development cycle of how it's been going, and watch the streamers, the smaller guys who were like, fuck it, I'm gonna stick with it anyway, and look at how much fun their communities are having with it. These guys they're streaming games that are so close where they're like, I really want to play it, but they just won't let go and go play it. Get over it, guys. Go play the fucking game. It's a ton of fun. Do it. Take your communities with you. They're all huge. They'll all have a great time. Shit, most of your communities are probably just waiting on you to start a company so they can come join you.
Yeah. That's all. Like everybody that I have watched stream wise that's been playing this, YouTube, everything. All their communities are having such a good time with the way the game is right now. And it's like, why not? Why
Well, that's
why
what I said.
why not try it?
Like I was telling you beforehand, old boy's got a community that has set up a government. There is crime and punishment in the PvP server. Like these dudes
That is so
literally,
wild.
like,
That is so wild.
you either get put in the stocks for a while, you can be put in the torture cage for a while, you can be hung for according to what the crimes are in the community. I mean, there are consequences. Like, that's so cool of an idea to think about it. And the more I think about like mine and Son's progression through this game and where we're at right now versus where the potential of when we sell out, we have no idea what the world outside of us is actually going to be like.
True.
We know B12, but we don't even know all of B12. We just see all the chatter in B12, and we know a couple little small islands in B12. And we've got an island over in B11 that we kind of got a little spot on, but we don't know nothing about the whole rest of B11.
I'd like to see this game be crossplay with Xbox.
It would be nice. I'd like to see if that was going to be capable or possible. The communities are probably enough to keep these servers on a pretty steady high level.
Well, you know, because they talk about there's rumor in the chats and stuff like that, nothing from the devs that I've seen anyways, about a server wipe. Well, what if the server wipe happens when they release the Xbox version?
Right.
And
That would
everybody
partner
starts-
us all immediately up.
Yeah.
And that would actually make a lot of sense for a server wipe at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'd be so good to bring y'all into the Angry Dandelion. I mean, shit, our flags in game
I mean,
at every zone that we actually have been able to claim to ourselves
there was
all have the Angry Dandelion logo on them.
There was the person who did a deep dive into some Steam code that saw something about Steam and Xbox crossplay.
Yeah, I
some
heard
code.
something about that. I heard about something about that.
So it'd be pretty slick if this was the first game to have Steam and Xbox crossplay.
I mean, I could
It'd
easily
be-
see
it'd
them
be a good
sneaking
question
something
to-
like that in.
To post to the devs like, hey, you know, my company's small right now, but you let my buddies on Xbox join the company and watch the Angry Dandelion grow by 10 people easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It would.
It was the whole intent that we had on trying to bring an ARC server back up.
Because one server is supposed to be able to handle 40,000 people. Well, one server cluster is supposed to be able to handle 40,000 people. Well,
Yeah,
there's
that's-
only 40,000 concurrent players at one time across 4 servers right now. So if you're going to fill out that server, that's an easy way to do it.
It would be.
I'm expecting there to be land progression eventually in this game to where you will start to see some larger plots of land come about.
Start seeing cities develop. Like
Well,
player-run cities.
like- Well, straight up island continent type things where it won't just be Puerto Rico.
It's too cold to palm. The fire's out.
You won't just get Puerto Rico, you'll get like Honolulu,
Right.
you know, or Japan, like even larger island, you know.
Yeah.
So like I'm wanting to see some things like that. We're in such an early stage of where this game is right now to even quantify where this game is going is kind of unimaginable for us, considering watching the trailer, the last gameplay trailer they did.
Well, if you notice, those pictures are up when they're releasing their dev kit later this week, so people can start modding it for their private servers. So I think I think we'll see those tanks and stuff on modded servers. I hope they don't put tanks and biplanes in the full game.
I really kind of hope
what's
not.
What's the point in having a game about being a pirate or seafaring if you're gonna have planes?
Right. It would definitely put the newcomer out of place.
Yeah, what?
But I mean, they did it with Ark, so.
Yeah,
Well,
when
Ark,
they
you were in
they-
a freaking.
a lot of people complained about when they brought future tech into Ark.
That's when they lost.
Yeah.
Me.
I mean, I understood technically we were on an alien planet, sort of, in a way, because of the pylons and stuff, where you would summon in, you know, the world bosses. But to bring in that future tech, like after being pretty much a caveman for so long and developing into the whole being able to use forges and stuff like that, eventually, like, that was a little weird to throw in. Okay, now you're moving on to future tech. It's like, I thought the game was fine, like, without that.
There's nothing I'm going to be able to do. They need more heat.
Throw them in front of
How the hell can you get more heat?
3 campfires.
Yeah, more campfires. Have 4 up here. For now, I'm just gonna go take the damn eggs and put them on the fucking larder.
I'm not Chinese or Japanese.
I'm gonna see what happens when I put them on the larder.
They like the pickled chickenlings.
31 hours.
You've seen the eggs, I'm sure, right, Guru?
What, picklings?
The chickens that are kinda past the embryonic stage
Oh, yeah.
that are
Yeah.
usually cooked like hard-boiled eggs. They peel them and there's a little chicken that's not even like you can just bite into it like a hard-boiled egg because none of it's solid yet, but it looks like a chicken.
And it's gross.
Well, it looks gross. I haven't tasted one ever, so I'm not gonna. I have to say, I have to throw that out there because I am a little adventurous with my taste buds from time to time, and there's been several things in the world that I have thought, oh my god, why the fuck would you eat that? That has actually not been.
I've had squids, like whole squids, before.
Had enough.
So.
I can take no more.
I
But,
mean, I guess I can't. I guess, yeah. I guess. On
so
that
I don't want
aspect
to throw it
of
completely off the, off yet.
You released him?
Wait, try and put him in the forge?
You just released him.
Vex hung me.
Oh. So we're gonna have the head of.
Vex is going full on torture now. Letting me breathe. And then hanging me again. Vex knows how to do this.
And he will be our hangman when we establish ourselves as conquerors. And that's on a PvE server. Just remember that. But yeah, so I mean, to see where the economy is going to go in this game, kind of unfathomable. There are certain places that are they're gonna land cap, and you're gonna have to trade with them in order to get stuff. Like I see that being a thing,
which is cool because it brings a little to these kind of survival games or these types of games in general. It's neat because you'll be. The player base at that point winds up being the AIs you would be used to.
We're going to be the governing body of the entire game. That's the craziest part about this is like at one point in the future, we will be the entirety of the game. The only thing like right now that you can go to the Freeport cities and buy are crew members to AI man your ships if you're a solo player, or even if you're a fucking big group that has fucking like stupid big galleons, like that brigantine, like he's climbing up the side of a brigantine right now. And that's a brigantine. If we could show you a galleon,
Those things are massive.
dude, that thing is stupid
How do you close
big.
the gun ports?
What was it? C?
No, Z stop.
No, I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
It's probably one of those like left shift.
Yeah.
Left shift Z, turn your boat around.
I'm trying to put Vex's severed head
on his ship.
Yeah, that's the greatest part about it. Like, we've got a Gwen Jones head, we've got a Vex head now. Now we've got a Sown head.
Nope, I didn't die.
Oh, that's right. He didn't actually kill you.
Where'd it go? Under the damn table. Damn, I was trying to put it on the table. Where'd it go? I lost Vex's head. There it is. Oh, it decomposes in 9 minutes.
Yeah, the bodies stay there as long as the rope's there. But once you pull the body down, the heads will decompose. Which is kind of garbage. You'd like to be able to just kind of
have a skull
decorate your
there
ship with a bunch of skulls.
Yeah.
Decorate like your area around you. Be like, look, this guy just kills people. Look, here's all the heads. You know, in Rust, it was one of those things we do in Rust.
Mm-hmm.
I just threw
Take a
Vex's
head, put it in a
skull at
box.
him.
Did you?
Yeah. It's right there on the ground.
Yep. Sir, right there to speak. That is your head, sir.
It's time for me.
Decomposes in under 10 minutes. But to think about the size of the variants of these ships, that's a sloop over there. It's a little old 2-mast.
Little sloop.
But you get on it and you're like, 3 guys are on it and everybody's kind of like, hell yeah. And you're all chilling and life is good. We got the crew guys working it. We were like, hell yeah, this is great. We got fucking cannons underneath and we're trolling along. We see that level 3
schooner.
Oh, were we on the schooner when we did that?
Yeah, that was the schooner.
Yeah, it was the schooner when we
They
did
say
that.
you shouldn't take on ships of the damned unless you're in a brig.
Yeah, well, because we got wrecked in the schooner.
Yeah.
And so we're just cruising along. We got the crew guys working shit, and we're rolling along. We see that level 3. We're like, fuck it, let's take it on. It hit us one volley of fire, and we were like, run, get out of here. We must go. This is bad choice.
Yeah, put a hole in the side of the ship, and the ship was sinking. We had to craft a new panel while we were sailing and sinking and put it back into place.
Yes. Yes, that all happened at one time. All right, we got 2 minutes left on the radio side of things, guys. If you got anything you want to say to wrap this up for them over there real quick.
Get Atlas.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
And
Get it knowing that it's early access. Get it accepting that it's early access.
plan
Don't...
of early access, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I bet that's a delicious IPA.
You're right, it is a delicious IPA.
You're not wrong.
No, it was one of my favorites. That and Go-To IPA were my two that for like a solid year, all I drank was delicious IPA and Go-To IPA.
Yeah, see, we're at the title screen. It'll pop up here in a sec. They show the plane, the tank, in the steampunk like flying ship. Get your mods ready. Atlas Dev Kit is incoming later this week.
Oh yeah, look at it. It is all there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I might be okay with the steampunk thing, but the other two things, not so much.
Not so much. All right. Well, as always, guys, man, it was fun.
It was fun.
Yep.
We carried pretty much a whole show on Atlas.
Yeah, well,
Twice.
I've been kind of thinking maybe it's best we have a game or something going so people can listen to us talk and have something to watch while we're going.
Stimulating.
Versus just web pages and stuff like that they can go, kind of look at on their own.
Yeah, but it's good information seeing us source it as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
But
A little bit of both won't hurt us.
Yeah.
No.
But as far as things go, last week's episode was our most viewed episode that was unpaid boosted.
Right.
And that's with an actual game on it. But gentlemen,
thank you everybody that tuned in.
Yep, I got to wrap it up because I got to get up at 4 a.m. So
I gotta sit here and get Luna fed and get everything ready before the missus shows up.
When does she go back to school? Next Monday?
Next Monday. So right now I'm trying to get her already back on the whole, hey, you gotta be going to bed at this time.
Yeah, you've got, what, 2 days to do it? Because the weekend it's not going to work.
No, weekend won't work. So yeah, I got 2 days. I gotta try to get this squared away. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you got Thursday, Friday, because the weekend she's going to be like, fuck you, Dad, it's the weekend.
Dude, last night she was up until 2. I was like, are you kidding me right now? I was ready to strangle this little girl.
Oh, it's all good. Well, it's been fun, man. I mean, as always, we appreciate everybody that's tuned in over there. Out on the video land. Of course, our radio listeners have already came and gone.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually really good. Pretty steady dedication of conversation
and
over
my
there.
XSplit's locked up, so I'm going to have to delete XSplit to end the streams.
Ooh.
It's still streaming. I just have no control over the program.
Hey.
So on that note, Control-Alt-Delete, Task Manager. And we'll just say bye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye, everybody. See you later. See you next week, senpai. Is that what I just heard you say?
Same time.
Oh, sounded like senpai at first. I'm like, are you kidding me right now, sir?
Nope.
I was like,
I did not
why
say
are we
that.
getting senpai?
Yeah, I didn't say that. Catch y'all later.